Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Smart Hustle PH podcast. Brian here. Here's another episode for our podcast today. We live in a world that constantly, pulls us into, different or two different directions. On one hand, there's this immense pressure to, just hustle, keep grinding, to build for the future, to secure, that financial freedom we all dream of, right? We all want that, financial success, in different levels. We're told to sacrifice now for later. And on the other hand, there's this growing movement of, I like to call this mindfulness, of being present, of YOLO, right? Or we call this you only live once. We are told to stop and, smell the roses before it's too late. Been talking about, two different directions that we tend to go to. We're talking about the tension between these two can be paralyzing. So the question is, how do you balance, the hustle with the heart, the two H's, the hustle and the heart, all right? How do you build an empire without losing yourself in the process? So I came across a simple thought that really resonated with me. And it's not about choosing one or the other. It's about choosing both every single day. And it goes something like this. Each day, spend some time on two things, right? Just two things. Working towards something that will pay off years from now and appreciating something that is happening right now. All right, let me repeat that. Each day, spend some time on two things. Number one would be working towards something that will pay off years from now. And number two, appreciating something that is happening right now. Grabe, no? It's so simple, yet so profound. Well, you can maybe call it the secret to a balanced, fulfilling hustle. Or maybe it's just something to think about. All right, so today we're going to unpack this dual strategy. And we'll explore why it's crucial to be both an architect of your future and a connoisseur of your present. Okay? So let's talk about the first thing first. All right. The architect of your, future, or building your, I'd like to call this your skyscraper, right? Working for the future. If you're a normal human being, all right, you would want that. You should be working for your future. So let's start with the first half of what I just quoted. The first would be working towards something that will pay off years from now. So in our world of, in my case, I'm a virtual assistant. I'm a digital marketing specialist, all right? So, and even for those freelancers and entrepreneurs, this is the deep work. All right. It's the stuff that does not give you an instant dopamine hit of cash or praise today, but it's the foundation of your future empire. It's the delayed gratification, because you don't get, anything in an instant if you're really working, or if you're building a skyscraper, with that analogy, for example. All right. So think about it like this. You're not just laying bricks. You're building a skyscraper. The idea of building a skyscraper versus just laying bricks is that a bricklayer just sees a wall. Just putting up, the bricks right in front of you, right? All you see is just, the wall. But a skyscraper builder sees more than just that. And if you're looking from from a farther view, you see a legacy that will stand for years, perhaps even generations to come. So this means planning for it, strategizing a course of action, executing it, learning from failures, keep failing, learn from it, and then re-strategizing and repeat. That's it. Maybe, for example, for a virtual assistant, for a lot of us working from home, this isn't just finishing today's client's tasks. Okay, maybe it's spending 30 minutes every day learning a high income skill like maybe AI automation. There are tech VAs now, or building a website, or copywriting maybe. So you won't get paid for it today, but in 2 or 3 years, maybe it could be, it could double your rates. Now, for an entrepreneur, for example, I, for one, I'm an entrepreneur as well. It's not just about fulfilling today's orders. It's dedicating an hour maybe to build your, if you're into the digital space, it could be building your email list, creating a lead magnet, a funnel, or developing a new product prototype, for example. So in traditional ways, maybe attending networking events to meet and get along with some people whom you can potentially make business with. So these are, I'd like to call this pillars of a business that doesn't just survive, but it thrives long term. So hindi mo siya ramdam ngayon. No, you don't get to, that's why it's called delayed gratification. You don't get to immediately get the results. But that compound interest, of learning, failing, practicing it, repeating, re-strategizing, these are compound interests. This is your future freedom building itself in the background. All right, so that's the first part of it. You are, you're the architect or building your future, working towards something that will pay off years from now, or in generations to come. The next part of it is appreciating something that is happening right now. So we call this, I refer to this as the connoisseur, or savoring the coffee. I'm a coffee lover. I don't know about you. All right. So, appreciating the now, whatever that is. Now, that's just an example. So if we look at this second half of the quote, appreciating something that is happening right now, this is where many of us hustlers fail. If you're too busy working, if you're one who's into really getting into business, just keep on grinding, that's totally fine. That's fine. But the problem is we get so obsessed with the future skyscraper that we forget to live in the house we're in right now. Or maybe, just taking, a coffee break. We become more like human doings instead of human beings. And so this so-called, this practice, all right, living in the now, living in the moment is, I'd say it's an antidote to a burnout, to anxiety, and the feeling that life is just passing you by. Think about it like being a coffee connoisseur. Like I said, like I'm a coffee lover. So I just want to put that out there. So if you love coffee or drinking coffee, you don't just gulp down the coffee for the caffeine hit, right? You take a moment to smell the aroma, feel the warmth of the cup, maybe, and truly taste, the flavors. All right, so you savor the experience. See, it can be something small. If you look at it in a different way, it could mean the laughter of your kid or your child while you're taking a break from work. All right, if you're a parent, maybe it's a taste of a perfectly cooked meal, that your wife or your husband cooked for you. Or you could feel it could be the feeling of the cold breeze on your face during an evening just walk. It could be about training your brain to notice the good that is already there, or here in my case. And it's expressing gratitude for it could be expressing gratitude for the client you have today, even while you work for the bigger clients tomorrow. Or it could be being thankful for the health that allows you to hustle in the first place, right? Hindi pwedeng puro na lang trabaho, no? So the point being is, if you don't stop to appreciate the view on the climb up, you'll reach the summit exhausted and empty. So how can we make both views or both directions work together? All right. So we're talking about the synergy or the balanced hustle. All right. You're working for your future and you're enjoying the present. So how do these two work together? All right, so these are not opposites, by the way. These are partners. You've probably heard of the life hack or a life hack that says the more you are grateful for what you have, the more you will have to be grateful for. All right, let me repeat that. The more you are grateful for what you have, the more you will have to be grateful for. All right, talking about gratitude. For me, you see, gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, and it attracts more positive experiences and opportunities. Gratitude fuels your grit. And so when you take time to appreciate the present, you replenish your emotional energy, and you're not running on fumes. You're running on a sense of joy and fulfillment and purpose. I don't know what you want to call that, whatever that is. So this positive energy makes you more resilient, more creative, maybe for some, including myself, and perhaps more efficient when you sit down to that deep, future-focused work. And on the other hand, when you know you are putting in the work for your future, it gives you a sense of peace and security that allows you to truly relax and enjoy the present moment without guilt. So you're doing your part for the future. Kaya mas makakampante ka. You become more, you're more confident. There's more confidence to be, and you're more happy, to be fully present today. So I think that's a balanced hustle right there. You've got your eyes on the prize, but your heart is full of gratitude for today at the same time. You're a visionary building for tomorrow, but you're also actually showing up and enjoying the process and your life today. So my challenge to you today is don't let a single day pass without tending to both. Again, each day, spend some time on two things, working towards something that will pay off years from now and appreciating something that is happening right now. Spend a little time laying bricks or a brick for your skyscraper, because you'll need those, of course. And at the same time, spend a little time savoring your coffee. Do the work that your future self will thank you for, and feel the gratitude that your present self needs. And when you do this, you stop just surviving and you start truly thriving. So you become a master of both your destiny and your today. Well, that's it for this episode. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to connect with us, Smart Hustle PH, on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss an episode like this. Once again, my name is Brian. Remember to build for tomorrow, but live for today. Enjoy your grind today and make every moment count. See you in the next one.